Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here, my name's Ashley and today's video is going to be my first cash stuffing for October for paycheck number 1. So if you watched my last video, it was my cash unstuffing video because I had mentioned that I had fallen off the cash stuffing and budgeting journey. There's a lot happening in my life. I'm not going to really go ahead and reiterate it, but I'm back for real this time. Real talk, I had to really rewatch the video to kind of go over my budget again and figure out what wasn't working and what was working. Not much was working clearly because I fell off, but we're not going to talk about that anymore. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. I recreated a new budget in my book here. So I have some new allocated amounts for my sinking funds and my cash envelopes, just due to life changes and natural inflation. So let's go ahead and stuff these envelopes. Up first, we have is groceries. So previously I had allocated $60 towards groceries. And in my last video, I had mentioned that I was thinking of upping it to $75. I've changed my mind and I'm now, as of the 1st of October, I've upped it to $80 bi-weekly for groceries. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Next we have is Takeout. I lost my original Takeout envelope, but previously for Takeout, I was allocating $10 towards Takeout. It's not realistic. I found that I was definitely dipping into my wallet, picking up my debit card. So we're now allocating $20 towards Takeout. So we'll go ahead and stuff that. This envelope's, oh gosh, it's kind of tight. Next we have is gas, and I previously allocated $40 towards gas, but I'm sure I'm in Canada and I know pretty much across North America and I'm pretty sure the world, the cost of gasoline has gone up significantly. So I have upped that to $60 bi-weekly for gas. And again, I think I had mentioned this before, but if you are new here, I do share a car with my partner, so we split the cost of gas. So this is pretty much like my portion for gas, and then of course he has his own portion, but we don't do cash stuffing together. So this is $60 bi-weekly for my contribution towards gas. Next we'll go into my sinking funds insurance, and I've upped it an additional $10. So we're now allocating $55 bi-weekly towards home insurance because my home insurance did go up. So we have to account for that. And then for entertainment subscriptions, I have upped the budget an additional $10. So we're now allocating $40 bi-weekly for entertainment subscriptions. And this includes, as you can see, like Amazon, Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, things like that. So 40. Next we have birthdays. I've upped the budget $10, so we're now allocating $30 bi-weekly towards birthdays, which I think is a much more realistic number because we have so many birthdays and it makes sense. So $30 for birthdays. Car maintenance, again, is going up. Pretty much everything I've allocated a little bit extra to my budget. I know that I can. Finances are pretty good, so I figured that we should be able to get by. So my contribution towards car maintenance is now $30 bi-weekly. Medical, I've gone ahead and I've upped this an additional $10, so it's now $20 for medical. Do I want to use a 20? Let's use 2 10s. Medical. And I've upped medical, especially in the winter months here in Toronto. I'm buying a lot more prescriptions and just vitamins and things like that to build our immune system. So for utilities, we have $60, which is up an additional 10. So we'll go ahead and allocate 60 for utilities. Now, let's see, I'm running, how many do I have? 40. What are we working with? Okay, yeah, that works out perfectly. Okay, so health and beauty, I'm now allocating $50 towards that. I've upped it an additional 10. To be honest, I would like to put a little bit more towards health and beauty, but let's see how this $50 fares for the next few months. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I said 50, yeah. So 20, 30, 45, 50. Okay. Dash my pet is getting an additional 15 now as opposed to 10, so it's up $5. So Dash 15. And last but most definitely not least, but one of the fave, Wesley, my child, is doubling in costs naturally. So Wesley went from $20 bi-weekly to now $40 bi-weekly. This child is expensive. My goodness. So let's go ahead and stuff $40 into Wesley's envelope. Okay, so we got that there. All right, and I'm left with $10 back. I was actually technically supposed to be left with 5, but for argument's sake, I show you guys this one. This is an OG $5 bill I got in the bank that I am most definitely keeping. I haven't seen one of these in circulation in a really long time. And I don't think it holds any type of value, but for just nostalgic purposes, I'm most definitely keeping this old 5. And this is like a new old 5. I'm pretty sure this is like the bill before we changed to the plastic money, but yeah, this is the Canadian 5 that I am going to go ahead and keep. So that is it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched my last video, you know, I was talking about how I am back on this journey. So I'm hoping that this time around all goes well. I am very much determined to stay on my financial journey and all my budgeting goals. I found that it was really paying off when I was staying consistent previously. So I'm kind of back on track now. Fingers crossed for me, guys. For those of you who might be curious, in my last video where I unstuffed the envelopes, essentially what I did was I was going to kind of recreate a new budget with these new allocated amounts that I had told you about and just kind of calculated like the differences of what's in the envelope. For example, you know, I'm now allocating $80 towards groceries, but if there was, let's say for argument's sake, $60 in this envelope for groceries, I had only pulled out an additional $20 out of the machine and do it that way, but I said no. So I unstuffed all of the envelopes. I took all of that money, paid myself back, because realistically in that 5-6 months that I went ghost on the whole cash stuffing thing, I was most definitely tapping my debit card with respect to all of these things. So I went ahead and paid myself. And if you're curious, in my envelopes before that I had unstuffed back in July of this year, I had $450 in the envelope. So I was actually really happy, really impressed, because that was like a $450 paycheck towards myself. So I definitely paid myself back for that. So these envelopes are brand new, net new envelopes, nothing in them. We are starting from scratch. So again, I'm really excited to get back on the cash stuffing budgeting journey. If you guys, like I always say, if you have any tips, tricks, or advice, please leave a comment down below. I always love to engage with you guys. And until next time, I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.